Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to talk about a keyword research tool I've been using called Longtail Pro. In the dashboard right now. Basically this tool allows you to find competitive long-tail keywords that you can use to rank your content more easily in Google, because nowadays Google is super competitive and it's next to impossible to rank 1, 2-word, 3-word keywords anymore. For most niches at least. So with Longtail Pro, you're able to type in the subject matter that you're looking for, and you'll find different suggestions with competitiveness scores next to them. So in this example, I'm writing an article for a lacrosse website called alphalacrosse.com, and it's centered on the position of midi. Which I'm not too well versed in lacrosse, but midi is midfielder, the person who plays in the middle of the field, I guess. So I'm going to find, so the article is tips for midis, right? So I'm going to find content based on that using this tool. So we'll do, tips for midis will be one, lacrosse tips maybe, could be another one. Another one could be lacrosse midi. And you can type up to 5 suggestions here. These are called the seed keywords. So how it works is you type in up to 5 seed keywords, and then it spits out a bunch of keywords based off of those, and then it shows you their competitiveness. So you can use them if you want. So we're going to type in 5 seed keywords here, and then we set our suggestions. So I have it set at 30 right now, which means it'll spit out 30 suggestions per keyword. So 30 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 150. So I'll get 150 keywords from 5 suggestions here. And okay, so we got tips for midis, we got lacrosse tips, we got lacrosse midi, we got, let's try lacrosse midfielder, how to play lacrosse midi, I guess, or we could have just left it at how to play lacrosse. We'll see what this spits out for us. So then you hit retrieve, and it starts loading. And it takes a few seconds to get the results for you. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, it's populating. All right, so now they're starting to load. You can see the different keywords. And the beauty of this is you can see here the volume. So this is the amount of times per month that this term gets typed into Google by searchers. So you can see how in demand these keywords are. And then, and this is the most important metric, right next to the volume you have the average KC, which is average keyword competitiveness. And this is where you find the keywords you want to use. So the lower the competitiveness score, the higher chance you'll be able to rank if you use it. So if it's, and the nice thing too is because we typed in the website name right there, so it gives us a target of what we're looking for in our keywords. So you can see the target here is around 25 to maybe the low 30s, and obviously anything below 25 is ideal. And you can see here that we have our results. So usually what I'll do is I'll do a couple things. I'll start filtering it by volume. So I'll do the highest volume words to the lowest volume words, and of course the highest volume words are going to be very competitive, right? These are high 40s, high 30s. But it just gives us an idea. And the other thing too is a lot of times when you filter it this way, you'll run into these. So lacrosse positions. So that's a keyword we could rank for. This wouldn't be the focus of the article because it's about midis, but lacrosse positions is relevant to it. People who are looking for information about positions would obviously type that in. But another thing we can do is we can hit +20 next to it, right? So if we hit +20, this will load 20 more keyword suggestions that are similar to this. And so it gives us a little more to work with. So as we scroll through here, we can see what everything's ranking for. Let me move myself out of the way here. Let's move myself over here somewhere. Actually, let's just switch it to the, can I do that? Just switch it to the screen. I think I just did that. Yeah. Okay. I hope I hid myself. I think I should have. So here we go. Lacrosse. Oh, perfect. So lacrosse midfielders is right in our wheelhouse. So this is exactly the kind of term that we want to rank for, because the article is about lacrosse midfielders, and it's fairly non-competitive, but it has a decent search volume at 590. I mean, it's not the highest in the world, but it's definitely competitive. I mean, it's definitely a decent volume. And obviously, this is just an average score. It could be way more than 590. It could be close to 1,000. It could be fewer. Obviously, there's seasonality involved too. So if it's the off season, you know, you're not going to get as many people searching for lacrosse terms. But yeah, you can see. So actually, this is a good example of one that we want to add 20 to. So we'll hit +20, and we'll get more suggestions. And now, at this point, I usually start filtering by the competitiveness. There we go. So now we're going to get the least competitive ones at the top. So this gives us a great idea of what's possible here. Just takes a minute. Yeah, so obviously the goal for people who aren't familiar with SEO, you know, the goal is to find a focus keyword, right, for your article that you want the article to rank for, and then within that you're going to find you're going to have different variations of that term that you're going to use throughout the article to help it rank for those different variations, which, you know, helps your overall ranking for the focus term as well. Because Google's not just looking for the one term, the one keyword anymore like they used to. Nowadays they want to have, they call it latent semantic variation, so they want to have different forms of that word. So if you had lacrosse midfielder, they'll also want you to have, you know, midi lacrosse, and they'll recognize that that's kind of a variation of lacrosse midfielder, stuff like that. So that they're looking for that combination of different terms, because if you're just using the same term over and over again, they're going to know that you're trying to game the system and you're not providing value to your audience. And Google cares about value now more than ever before. So it's really important to focus on using different variations of keywords. I keep calling them key terms for some reason. This isn't high school. But yeah, so that's basically it. That's how Longtail Pro works. I really enjoy it. I think I'm going to try to provide a link to it in the description, and you guys can check it out. They have a free trial, a 7-day free trial. So yeah, give it a look, and hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you guys soon.